Hello, very good morning to all of you who came to join us today for our webinar, which has the topic how to communicate effectively in HR departments with videos. So today we're going to talk about this, and who am I to talk about it? I'm actually the owner of agency which calls Square Motion. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. And we do actually a lot of things for actually HR departments, different companies. This is the video marketing agency, which I have here in Dubai for the last 8 years. We've been here from 2012, and now we're gonna talk about HR videos, because we do a lot of HR videos, especially for clients like DHL, Baker Hughes, Serco, Amicool, Vantage, and others. Video is, from my perspective, one of the most effective tools, full stop. But of course, if we're talking about HR and HR departments, I would say that video is the very effective tool to engage with your employees, with your co-workers. And especially now in this very time where all of us, we're sitting at home, working out of home, to keep our co-workers and our employees engaged and motivated, video, I think, is really playing a great role. So the responsibilities which HR departments are faced with at this moment is obviously quite few. Let me pinpoint just 3 of them. First is, of course, provide information, keeping employees informed about the essential things. Second thing is engagement, engage with the employees, and once the employees are engaged with, then they of course, they're more likely to give their best, and motivate them, inspire them, right? The employees, because only motivated and inspired employees can really do a good job. So these are basically 3 main things which HR departments and HR professionals are faced with. As you can see, employee engagement in US, which we got, is really kind of striking and interesting. You know, only 26% of the employee feel engaged. 29% feel not engaged, and actually actively disengaged is 45%. So that's why we're talking about how important it is to actually engage with the employees. Companies with effective internal communications have 21% higher employees loyalty than companies without it. I think it goes without saying that if you communicate properly with your I keep saying clients, but I mean if you communicate with your employees, with your co-workers, of course the employees' loyalty go through the roof. So let me share with you what I feel are one of the most important videos which any department out there can use, and I will give you some examples of those. First, of course, it's an onboarding process in onboarding videos. 55% of employees who had a poor onboarding experience, they think that their company is doing poorly overall as well. So imagine that if the onboarding process, which is usually quite tedious, long, not really engaging process, I'm not really sure about the organization, but I've seen a lot of onboardings, and that's really not engaging at all. So you see that gives that impression to the employees that the company is doing poorly as well. So we don't want that, right? So what is the benefits of onboarding video in compared to the traditional ways of doing the onboarding, like a 1-day meeting or 2 days meeting, or some kind of book and things like that? So obviously it saves time, which then can be used, that time can be used for more interaction, more communication, more face-to-face meetings. It's more engaging, of course. It can be repeated as many times as you like, if you feel like it. It's more memorable, and of course gives more understanding. People understand it more. It can be done in various languages, so on and so forth. So I will give you one example of the induction video. So you can see what I mean by that.
Welcome to your Serco induction. We are really excited to have you on board. This video includes some information which you will find useful within the first few months of your new role. We will cover the important areas that you need to know to start your journey with Serco, such as Our World, the Serco Management System, the Hub, MyHR, Serco Essentials, Performance Development Review, Viewpoint, Pulse Awards, Zero Harm and Speak Up. Our World is our online Serco intranet. You can find information.
So I'm gonna go back to my slides. So as you could see that this induction video was done as an animation. So it's not necessarily that you have to have always live action video as an induction video. It can be animation, and that will give certain information to the people, and actually the most important information which they need to know right at the beginning of their journey with your organization. So I think it's important that a video like this is part of your induction pack for the new employees. Employees who feel that their voice is heard are 4.6 times more likely to feel empowered to perform the best work. Again, it makes a lot of sense, right? Like if your employees are feeling that they are part of the organization and actually they have something to say, they can voice their opinion, they actually feel more empowered, and they perform better work. There are some other statistics. 4% of employees quit after the first day. Interesting statistics. 50% of new employees leave their job within 4 months, and 40% of managers hired externally fail within the first 18 months of their job. So again, as HR departments, we have a lot of responsibilities towards really induct and really welcome the new members, so then these numbers will be smaller and smaller. So we were talking about video number 1, which is the onboarding video. Why is it important? I give you example. Second video, which I feel is extremely important for any organization out there, any HR department, is CEO message. CEO message, and what I mean by that is normally the common practice, what is there, that a new employee will get maybe an email from CEO, which will, there's a lot of other emails, of course. It's not really very personal. There are some reading limitations, and it's not usually very engaging. So that's the common practice with the CEO message to new employees. With the CEO message video, it's on the contrary, every employee suddenly knows the CEO. Obviously, they see him, right? Second thing is not just limited to the management only. It's very engaging and visual, or can be very engaging and visual. It depends how you make it. It's chance for the CEO to pay certain respect to some groups. Of course, he's keeping employees informed. There are some news, goals, and values which he can share, and a message has a value from CEO. So obviously, if you think of it, we do this on a regular basis. For example, for one of our clients, which is DHL, we create a CEO message on a quarterly basis. Every single quarter, Amadou, which is the CEO of DHL here in UAE, he is coming aboard and sharing what happened in the organization in the past 3 months and what is going to happen in the near future. So the employees are engaged, they inform, they understand what the company is heading towards. So all this actually helps people to feel that they are part of the bigger picture. So that's not just me sitting somewhere in a corner with my computer and doing more or less meaningful job, and I'm not really knowing how does that contribute to the bigger picture, but actually people feel that they are part of the bigger organization. I think this is really very, very important to think about that as a part of your HR video pack. So CEO message can be or should be definitely regular. It is very personal because, again, there is some kind of interaction, at least through the video. It's engaging. It's of course people are more aligned, and CEO is seen as a public figure. So it's not somebody godlike figure sitting somewhere in a glass office. Nobody knows where he's there and all that stuff. But people know him through the video, and that's very, very important. Yeah. Of course, the one-to-one meeting is always important there as well. But on the other hand, at least this gives the CEO possibility to talk to certain groups of people during certain time period. So I want to show you another video of what I mean by CEO message, and just let me play this one.
Bom dia, Moçambique. Eu faço esse vídeo porque combinei com o Alif fazer este vídeo hoje, de modo a que vocês pudessem ouvir também pouco de feedback do que foi 2019. E para já é o primeiro vídeo que faço desta natureza para aqui uma mulher do Regional Office. E só faço esse vídeo para Moçambique porque na pequena região que temos, Moçambique será o país que vai fechar negativo este ano, o que é uma má notícia para todos nós, contando que estamos a falar de um país onde temos gente de muita qualidade, temos uma equipe bastante preparada, porém.
So I'm not going to play the whole video. You got the gist of it, right? So you can see this is an example, just short example of the CEO message. Nothing fancy. It's not necessary to be, overly produced or something. It's just a pretty simple message, which the content is important there. The connection with the people. That's why this one is so powerful. And for us. Who are actually creating these videos, we always advise our clients the one of the video definitely should be CEO message. I was talking about Amadou as a DHL CEO. This is him actually. He always engages with the people. He acknowledges the people there in the organization. He's paying respect, showing interest in them, showing care, and motivates them. So these are kind of like a specifics which good CEO message should always follow: engage, acknowledge, pay respect, show interest, show care, motivate. Actually, in this particular picture, he is dressed in a Kerala national dress because he's addressing certain group of people right here, right in this video. So I'm not going to play this video, but at least I wanted to show you that through this he can show certain appreciation and acknowledgement, even like a dressing up in a particular dress of that group, which actually is almost 30% of his workforce. So we are talking about three main videos for your organization. First was onboarding videos. Second, I was mentioning about CEO message. And third one is region specifics. What I mean by that? So if you think of it, if people are coming to your organization and they do not behave according to certain rules of the country, and especially in Middle East here, we have certain rules which we should not really break, right? So what are you putting in your company reputation might suffer, right? If people are behaving, or your employees behaving like that. There's all things with us breaking the culture and religion problems. There's some fines, lawsuits, breaking the law, obviously, deportation. In the worst cases, deportation and imprisonment. All that are the results of people, or our employees, not following certain region specifics, which perhaps they don't know because the organization is not really communicating this strongly through the means of the videos or other means. So this is what may result if your people are not actually aware, or they are not following certain rules. So what we've done in our organization for Serco, we've done a project which showed and explained exactly, because Serco is actually they're recruiting a lot of people from abroad, especially from Europe. So for them, it's extremely important to give that region specifics, the rules, what they need to abide, that needs to be communicating very well. So let me play this yet another video to show you what is this.
Welcome to the Serco Middle East Cultural Induction. During this video, you will gain an understanding on expected behaviors and conduct in the region. This is the Middle East region. Culture is a way of life, the way we think, behave and believe. It defines who we are as people. We should always recognize, respect and abide by the local culture and laws. The religion in the Middle East is Islam, and the legal system is based on Sharia law. Sharia law is the religious law forming part of the Islamic tradition. It's derived from the Quran and Hadith. Here are some important details to be mindful of when living in the Middle East. Ramadan is a 30-day fasting period for Muslims. However, non-Muslims are expected to abide by the rules, which are no eating, smoking, drinking or listening to music in public places between sunrise and sunset. To break the fast, food and drinks are served after sunset and will end before.
So again, I'm not going to play the whole video because it's too long, or it's longer and I don't want to. You got the gist of it, right? So again, important what is to remember from this is that this kind of video is communicating strongly what are people getting into, what is the region specifics, and what kind of things they should expect, what they should follow. So that's pretty understandable. It takes 52 days to hire a new employee on average in US, and average cost of hiring a new employee in US is $4,000. So just one of the statistics of why we're talking about that, engaging, communicating, motivating people in our organization is extremely important, keeping them in. So these are the three most important videos which I wanted to mention right at the beginning. Onboarding video, CEO message and region specifics video. Those are really the three which you can instantly use for your or in your HR department. But obviously there are so many other videos, and I will give you just some few ideas of what you can do within your organization. So one of them is employee introduction. What is that? That's welcoming new employee. It's usually quite creative thing. It's a little bit engaging. It can include actually the snippet from the CEO message as well, and it is a part of the internal communication. So let me play just one video which can fall into this category of employee introduction.
I am Adobe.
I am Adobe.
I am Adobe.
I am Adobe.
So again, this is another way how you can introduce your organization to the new employee, where people feel welcome, people understand where they're getting into. Another very similar type of video is Meet the Team, which is a little bit of a window into your organization. It can feature a very specific team. It's again part of the internal communication, and again it can be created in very creative and interesting way, and of course it should always give that kind of positive look and feel. So I hope I have one more video here, which is Meet the Team. So just let me play it short snippet from that video so you can understand what it is about. again, I'm not gonna carry on. You understand that this is even without any words, just text overlays. You know, introducing team where the person is gonna work in, introducing that kind of environment. I know that there was some fermented drink, which is not really ideal for our region here, but anyway, yeah. So next one is employee testimonial. Employee testimonials is basically the employee experience, what they experience while working for your organization. It's somebody else talking about the organization and about the experiences. It's not you or the management bragging about what they what are they best at. Of course, it can always inspire some co-workers. It can be used as a part of the recruitment video or some snippets of it. And it gives you the feeling and look and feel, what is it like to work for your organization? And of course, it always should be, and I think it goes without saying that it should be always very positive. So let me just quickly play just short snippet of this kind of video. So then again, you can have some little bit better understanding of what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm Chika.
I'm Anton.
My name is Ashwati.
I'm the director of video.
I'm the head of product development.
I'm the lead graphic designer, and I've been with the company for about 4 weeks now.
Just about 4 years now.
And I've been at the company for a little over a year.
Really, even from the moment that I interviewed, I really liked everyone.
Everybody here comes in putting in 100% every single day.
Everyone is extremely passionate about what they do. Passionate, they're creative, they're really driven.
A real great sense of energy.
It's a culture of collaboration. Everyone works together. Everyone's really willing to help.
Not so much inward competitiveness, always just trying to do better as an organization.
Framing everything from a team perspective. As a team, we fail. As a team, we succeed.
I think what makes me proud to work here is just the diversity of people that work.
So again, back to our presentation. Yeah, I think you get understanding of what that kind of video, employee testimonial or employee experience looks like. Another one which is interesting is job description. Well, I think we all fall short, or majority of us always fall short on this topic when we trying to describe what is exactly the job for our employees. So if it's done in a video, I think it's much easier, right? You can even define some roles, and again, parts of those part of this video can be used in some other videos, like for example recruitment video. I have again some short example of this, so I will show you what I mean by this very specific video, which is a job description video. Yeah. It's actually.
Hi, I'm Kylie Simmons, and I work in the commercial marketing organization.
I think let me just. I think it's somewhere around.
Discovery labs across the globe. The culture at Beckman Coulter is fast-paced and data-driven, but like every Danaher operating company, we'll provide you with the tools to get acclimated to our environment and to thrive. Now, let's look a little more closely at the job that you're considering.
That's it.
In this role, you will be designing and executing integrated marketing campaigns that deliver insightful content to prospective buyers. You'll work with cross-functional teams as well as partners around the globe to deploy and execute these campaigns in every major geography. We're looking for someone who really enjoys pushing the creative envelope and telling relevant and persuasive stories while maintaining a deep understanding of the customer persona. The Global Marketing Manager will join a team of marketing professionals who are really passionate about what we do. We're storytellers, we're results-oriented, and we're data-driven. It's an environment where even though we're often working on different projects, we support each other and steal shamelessly. It's truly a team. Yeah, so again, I cut it short. This one was not exactly the job description video. It was a little bit a little bit sprinkled with the recruitment style video, but we're gonna talk about that as well a little bit later. For job description, it can be even drilled a little bit more into what exactly the responsibilities of that particular persons are, and the person are, and what he needs or she needs to be doing while performing a certain job.
HSE videos are again extremely popular, extremely important actually among this region, or sorry, in this region among companies, oil and gas companies. We work with Baker Hughes, we work with Vantage and some other oil and gas companies, especially on these videos, because they're saving lives, they prevent fatal accidents, they, you know, of course they save money, and from the trainings perspective, we just created a series of HSE videos for one oil and gas company in different, I think in 7 different languages, because they have so many different people in their organization. So it was one video, just redone in different languages. So understanding is vitally important in these health, safety, and environmental videos. So let me play just short example of what video can look like. And actually, I will give you an example from completely different, not from oil and gas company, but this is actually one project which we've done for a bus company here, STS. They doing the.
Hey guys, what's up? So today.
They doing.
Hey guys.
Okay, so.
So today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about bus safety. So if more of us were to take the bus, then there will be less cars on the road, which means that there will be less pollution. So taking the bus is good for everybody, but it needs to be safe. So listen up. First of all, you need to get to the bus stop, right? But it's best to put your phone away so you know what's up.
Make sure to use a zebra to cross the street. Not that zebra, I mean zebra crossing. You know how drivers can be. Stop, look, listen. Make sure all of the cars have stopped before you cross. Did you know that zebra crossings were first used in the UK back in 1949? Remember, younger kids look up to you, so make sure you set a good example for them and do not run.
No.
If there is no zebra crossing near you,
Okay, so I'm back with that. So that was kind of interesting and a little bit engaging and interesting video, because it was directed, or the focus group was of course the young kids, not to do certain things, and the STS it's trying to keeping them safe and aware of things and situations which need to be done. But obviously the other videos which I was talking about in terms of HSE, especially for the oil and gas company, can be really extremely important, because again it minimizes some damages, prevents some really terrible accidents. Very, very popular videos are how-to videos. YouTube is full of these how-to videos, and they explain what needs to be done. So imagine that you have certain CRM software, for example, or you're using certain specific apps, and you need to explain to your employees how to use it. Again, if you give them a brochure or some text which is just written, I don't think it will be so great for them to understand what actually needs to happen. But if you create a short video about how to use certain app, how to use certain CRM,
how to data entry, how to fill the forms, how to do other things, it's just a very simple screen capturing videos where you can create a lot of very important and very useful videos which can be used in your organization. Again, if you want to, I will show you just very short snippet of how to video, so then we know what we're talking about.
Today we're going to take a look at creating data entry forms in Excel. There's going to be no VBA, it's going to be super easy. So let's say for one reason or another, you have to input some data manually in Excel. And you want to make the experience as pleasant as possible. You can use data forms.
Again, I think you got the gist of it, what it means and how it can be done in many different ways. Of course, it can be a little bit more engaging with some text overlays, you know, some zoom in to certain parts of your screen or of that particular app, and just explaining a little bit in detail what needs to happen. The beauty of these videos is that when something changes, you just create another video. It's that easy, you know. While you're explaining things to your employees, you just basically switch on the screen capture software, and you just do that, and immediately, instantly, you have the new version of your video. Standard operating procedures. I don't have actually any example of this, but obviously you can understand that, especially again back to oil and gas companies, all these warehouses and places like that. These things are vitally important, because again they minimizes the risk of some accidents. People understand what they should or should not do, and how to behave. So what they must do, what they must have, what they must wear, all this PPE and all that stuff. So that's another very important video which you can create. Corporate culture, yet another video which falls into that positive mindset, and especially it can actually be part of the recruitment video as well. And I believe I have some yeah, there is a link. So let me just play short snippet or short part of this video, just to show you what the corporate culture video is like.
I think with an organization that is successful, culture is critical. That starts with the history, great product, strong vision, and most importantly, people.
In one word, what drew me to Pottery Barn? I don't know if it can be described in one word.
I think in one word it would have to be
iconic, energy,
creative,
innovative,
exciting,
growth, collaboration.
Okay, so again, you can see that many times these videos, they don't have each of them, they don't have clearly defined borders. Like you know, it can be actually shot in as a one. In one day in a different parts, and then chopped down into different things, like meet the team, recruitment video. Part of recruitment video can be taken from different parts of the other videos as well. CEO message can be included here and there. So it's actually just creating a content, thinking about it, you know, how to create a content, video content, which then can be repurposed into different things. Diversity and inclusion actually is a big thing now, like a big trend. You know, companies are especially trying to give that to that a lot of focus on these videos and on these activities. Of course, because especially as millennials coming in to the workforce, they do feel that this is something very important. And I wanted to show you one video which is actually very interesting. So let me show this. Very interestingly done. The production is really well done. I'm not really sure that we need to have that kind of production. It can be something simple, but you can just have a look at that.
Imagine a world where you only hear from men, or from those with authority. What would it be like to hear from only one belief? One sexuality? One generation? Or just one ethnicity? What if we all stopped to listen for a voice we hadn't heard before? Achieving great things requires all our voices.
Yeah, I think that was really nicely done. A video on diversity and inclusion, very creative. Of course, Deloitte put quite it seems put quite a good money to the to the production of this. It's not necessary that all of us need to have those kind of videos, but it's just giving you some example and some ideas of what can happen. Of course, CSRs is another type of video which you can think of for your organization, and I have one very short example of the video which falling to this category, which is CSR. So just let's have a look on this.
सूरज को बाहों में भर के पंछियों की लेके उड़ान, दोस्तों को संग में लेके घूमने चले नया जहान। राजा है ये अपने घर के हते भरपूर इसमें अपना सा ही है नया जहां।
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that there is yeah. So that's a corporate social responsibility. Of course, it depends what you do in your organizations, what kind of activities you are part of. But it's extremely important extremely important. It is important actually to think about that whenever you do videos like that, it actually attracts the right kind of recruits. You showing certain values, you showing certain company culture, you showing what you stand for, what the organization is about, and by this and by projecting that, you're actually attracting the right kind of recruits to your organizations. So that's also why we need to look at it. And the last but not the least, I wanted to show you is the recruitment video. So that's let me just show you this one, which is from Microsoft. So I hope just short snippet of that. Oh, I have some issues with the audio here.
I was born and raised in Zimbabwe.
International Falls, Minnesota.
Andover, North Dakota.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Moscow, Russia. Colorado. Denver.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia. Battle Lake, Minnesota.
So I don't know if you hear the sound, and but again, it's important just to see the variety of the people and why is it important? Of course, because then people are actually working in that environment, so they know that they will be surrounded by people like that. So with the recruitment comes another things. A job posting with a video has 12% more views and 34% high application rate. So that's another thing. Why is it important? Just very quickly, I will not really take any much of your time. Just if you want to do something by yourself in your organizations, there are a lot of tools which you can use, and you can really create the videos on your own. One of them is Lumen 5. There are tons of different websites you can go to. Magisto is an app for your phone which you can create a video. Sometimes we use, me personally, I use some for my social media videos. I use InShort or Viva. So those are another parts which you can do. And what I wanted to offer you now for the participants, if you want to. I'm giving you a free 45-minute session to customize your HR videos for your organization. So if you're interested in this, please just get in touch with me, whether on my email. You can get in touch with me on my LinkedIn as well, and we will come, actually nowadays not really come, but we will have a meeting with you, online meeting, and we can have a look at your organization and customize that particular HR videos for your organizations. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for taking time. I know in your busy schedules with between the Zoom calls and all these kind of things that you took time to be here. I hope it was insightful, it was a value, and yeah, let me know if you have any comments. You can just get in touch with me on LinkedIn and anywhere. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.